welcome to Guitar Hunter. I just bought the coolest piece of gear and it is completely the wrong time. So this video I want to show you this guitar and I want to talk about how that thing has ruined all of my gear plans. I'm Jeremy, this is Guitar Hunter, let's get into it. So you may recognize this guitar. This is the first vintage guitar I ever sold. I sold this to one of my dad's best friends. He is now past playing, he's in his early 80s, and it's time for him to sell this. I really love this guitar. I've wanted to keep this guitar, but I'll tell you more about that. Let's talk about this thing. This is a 1961 Gibson J-45. It is incredibly cool, has a couple really substantial mods. And problems. Let's talk about problems first. Number 1, there's a crack. Number 2, there's a crack. Number 3, there's a ramped bridge. Number 4, the bridge here has been filled and had a saddle. It was an adjustable bridge, had that filled in, and is now put back to being a set saddle. This is actually a modification that makes the guitar worth more money. The other thing, there used to be a volume pot in this guitar, which means there also probably was a pickup in the sound hole. And so with that, I mean, it's cool, it's weird, and there's a hole in it. On the back of the guitar, that's where some of the more substantial stuff. There's one gnarly crack that has been fixed. Other than that, it's pretty clean on the back and sides. And there are 2, count them, 1, 2 neck cracks on this guitar. Probably happened at the same time. This guitar probably did a face plant and needed to be swapped. But tuners have, the original tuners, but all the buttons have been replaced. And so this guitar is very much a player. It's hard to get the stars to align. A few years ago, the guy who owns this guitar, Cameron, he's an old friend of my dad's, he reached out and said, hey, I want to know, is this guitar still worth it? You know, tell me what it's worth. Can you get it restrung? Can you set it up? And would you be interested in buying it? I got it. I made a video with it. I talked about it. This is the first vintage guitar I ever sold. And at that time, he asked me if I'd want to buy it. And I was like, yes, I absolutely would. But I don't get to buy many guitars for myself. I know it looks like that, but in reality, there are 2 piles of money. There is money that is in a business to make a life for my family. That's where almost all the money is. And then the other side is occasionally there gets to be money that I get to keep cool guitars. So it was really hard for me. So it's really hard for me to come up with that amount of money to buy, you know, 61 J-45 kind of money, you know, for him to get the guitar. It was not right because there's a guitar over here I have to show you that has ruined all these plans, but that's why this one has to go. But let me show you the other one, the guitar that has usurped or replaced or taken the place of this other guitar. Now this is, I haven't filmed a video with this yet since it's been back and been totally sorted. Let me take this capo off of it. But this is a 1957 Gibson Country Western. This is, I mean, no holds barred. This is my dream guitar. Now, this is the roughest example of my dream guitar that there is, but it's magical and wonderful. So, 1957 Gibson Country Western. Original top, I mean, it's all original materials. The back and sides have been refinished. There's a replaced fingerboard. So the inlays aren't the same as other country westerns. I can show you this. Like, this is how much this is my dream guitar. I've had this picture on my wall for 15 years now, 20 years now. And so when the opportunity for this guitar to be in my life, even though it's a rough example, I just knew that I had to move some stuff around to make sure that I get to keep this guitar. So let me play it. looks familiar, it's very, very similar. It's the same year as one Rick Beato's guitar. Now his is, original finish is not monkeyed with, but they sound incredibly similar. Okay, why do I choose this guitar over that guitar? I had a Natural Top J50 from 1961. Same year as this, very similar to that guitar, bought from the same dealer, from Warren, who used to own the Guitar and Amp Center that I worked for. I owned that guitar for years. I wrote songs to my wife. I literally proposed to my wife with a song I wrote on that guitar, playing that guitar. And then when life got hard, we had to sell it. So I've wanted a Natural Top, I wanted a J50 round shoulder to get back to that. I thought this was close. I've never liked the sunburst on that one, but that was the closest thing. But then this showed up, and I've always wanted a Southern Jumbo or a Country Western. And so to me, this one has a much bigger neck. It's more fun to play. It sounds better. It's more special in some ways. Now, I have to trade off like nostalgia on that one for just the dream. Like, I've wanted this guitar. My heroes have played these guitars, and I just love the way they look. And I love guitars with like ragged, wild stories. So this is absolutely like a salvage title. It is just has been wrecked and ruined, and but is somehow back and wonderful and magical. So anyway, man, this is a guitar out of time. It just showed up at the wrong time, and this one showed up at the right time. And so I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna sell this one. So that means that this one is gonna be on the website very, very soon. And if you want this guitar, it will not last. I'm going to sell it quickly. These are not impossible to find, but they're getting harder to find. Cool 60s slope shoulder Gibsons, which are the definition of cool. And so, anyway, thanks for watching this video. Just a short little one. I'm Jeremy. This is Guitar Hunter. And this is a guitar at a time. And this is a salvage title dream guitar.